We are recording. We are. Huh?
Hello.
We have hit the point of highest entropy.
Yeah, we did hit entropy earlier. You weren't there for it, Adam, but we hit up entropy when it came up to the Jefferson saga, which has nothing to do with either the Goofy movies or its related works. Have you seen any of Goof Troop?
I had seen a couple episodes, yes.
I haven't seen a single fucking episode of Goof Troop. I feel like
the theme song slaps.
Does it?
Yeah.
Give us enough first so we don't get copyright struck.
What?
Give me enough
Like
of the
sing. You want me to sing it?
Yeah. No, I want.
Goof Troop, we always stick together. Goof Troop, best of friends forever.
Okay, that's enough for not a copyright. Hey Connor, you know what?
Yeah.
You should cover a Goofy movie song for the.
Yeah, I should cover.
Eye to eye.
Let me explain this little tidbit real quick.
Yeah.
I reposted a meme that said, "This gets 1,000 comments, I will cover a song," and I just reposted it. And I agreed to do the song by like comment too, but my one insane friend decided to comment 1,000 times, and now yeah, it was like the work of one man too, which is like.
What a fucking king.
Granted, he also got his girlfriend to do it. I guess she took some of the brunt, but
I mean,
yeah.
They did it. But yeah,
I'm offended. I'm offended. Like only one person commented on that thing I shared.
I thought about it, but I was like, I just don't have the effort. All right. If we were going to talk about one of the topics I want to talk about on today's episode is Beret Girl.
Okay.
From Extremely Goofy Movie.
This Beret Girl blows my mind.
Like, so Beret Girl, as everyone remember, like if you remember her, she was the really hot girl that was into poetry, drank a lot of coffee, and ended up like with Petey.
Yes.
She doesn't have a name.
Yes, and I learned this as an adult man. I did not realize.
Did you know that, Adam?
You're right. Like I was just thinking about it. I'm like, we never say her name.
I never even watched this fucking movie, and I knew that.
Well, I've ranted about this to Brian before. Like, quite commonly, like when me and Connor would rant about I would talk a lot about the Goofy movies and its related works. I would just talk about it again with Brian. Because when you have something in my mind, I gotta just talk about it to multiple people, and so. But yeah,
but no, Moses, I knew that before you even said anything about it.
Did you really?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. I think it's just because of fucking going on CL, the cartoon board on 4chan.
I'm experiencing major deja vu right now.
We have to censor.
Wait. Deja vu?
No.
What?
Yes, I'm experiencing deja vu currently. Pretty bad deja vu.
You know what deja vu is like a sign of, though, right?
Hit me with it. Oh. You can say entropy.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah, Beret Girl doesn't have a name at all. Like, it's one of those things that you would think that like she's like, because she doesn't say anything in the movie, so you'd be like, oh, her name will pop up in the credits with next to her voice actress. Nope, straight up just Beret Girl.
That's hysterical.
You know what? It's very in character though.
What the fuck is that?
Well, she never says her
mysterious. She's just just all.
Maybe that's what
it goes with her aesthetic.
It does. Do you think? Do we want like current political jokes in our podcast?
No.
Because I was gonna ask, like, do you think she would be out in today's protests?
Oh, absolutely.
I
I mean,
think
just look
I think
at
we're
her.
going to delete this entire section.
I was gonna say, like, I was just gonna refer to, oh, you mean like liberal girl? You know.
No, but like, so
It
like,
would for sure be a different landscape on their college campus,
yeah,
which has an extreme sports team
an
like
extreme sports team.
in 2020.
But
Do you think the Black Lives Matter campaign would exist within the Goofy movie franchise?
well, do
You
we
know,
see?
Are there black people in a Goofy movie? There's just different types of dog and animal.
Yeah, there's just different types of sentient animals.
And
dogs' lives matter.
we know that there's slavery because this.
Well, the Nazis
what?
existed.
What?
The Nazis existed because they're an old.
He's right.
True.
He's fucking right. Because of the fucking Walt Disney propaganda cartoons.
Yeah,
Yep.
like Donald fought the Nazis
He was part of the Nazis in a dream.
in
a
a
dream sequence.
in a dream sequence, but he actually
Well,
fought the
listen,
Nazis.
listen. It was a nightmare sequence. Donald is a fucking piece of shit.
But also, fun fact, like Donald actually had PTSD in the fucking comics.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie is like, "What's wrong with Uncle Donald?" He's just crazy when he's like literally like experiencing like all this shit. But yeah, so getting back to it, but yeah, they just never decided to give Beret Girl a name whatsoever.
It's like it's like when they just didn't bring Roxanne back. It's
a similar vibe, definitely.
It's definitely like that's what I feel like it is. I feel like, but it's funny because they fooled me, for like 20 years because I didn't realize until like last year that she doesn't have a fucking real name. Like I have no idea.
Well, yeah, because you think about it, it's just like it's like one of those things because everyone knows for such a character that is so has such a not a prominent role but a prominent enough role.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like she's even in the fucking end dance sequence in the credits.
Yes.
And she still has no name.
She's heavily involved in the movie. Like she's not.
She has a scene dedicated to her.
Yeah.
She ends up with Max's best friend. Which, by the way,
she's what she's mostly there to do.
Yeah,
she chases out Bradley doing the finger snapping.
About gender theory in this podcast?
I mean, unless it's relevant. Is there a relevancy to this?
It's like this girl is just here to be an object for Max's friend.
I'm not saying. All I'm saying is she is. The weird thing is she's fleshed out. You know what I mean? It's that's why it's you don't even think about the fact that she doesn't have a name. It's almost like in Fight Club. I didn't realize the main character's name is never actually said.
No, yeah.
And then I had to think about it, and then
wait a minute.
The thing.
Another work that's like that is but it's kind of similar. Is the Melancholy Heart Suzumiya. The main character Kion's not is not his actual name. It's a nickname, and he's just never called by his He's just never called by his real name. So it's super weird. When they do things like that.
It is.
Yeah. Officially, her name is Beret Girl in Cafe.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
That's what we've been saying, Beret Girl, because that's her official. That's the closest she has a new name.
To argue against Brian's point, although she's just an object, she does turn down.
I'm just joking, though.
Yeah, but she does turn down Pauly Shore, who was just objectifying her in favor of Petey, Petey, because he actually speaks to her soul.
Yeah. What I mean.
So what you're saying is Petey was the first true feminist in the Donald in
And
in the Goofy movie universe.
he's the first true. He's the first confirmed male feminist in it, probably. Yeah.
He is the first confirmed white knight.
Another thing we should talk about is like fucking Pauly Shore are in these movies.
Dude, Pauly Shore, honestly, his only likable role is Bobby in these movies. Like, to me, I think.
I liked Biodome.
Yeah, I guess.
But
I mean, I did watch Biodome a lot as a kid.
I did too.
I never grew up with Biodome. I only saw it when I was older, and I was like, this shit.
So
Yes.
like that, I wonder I feel like out of all the things in the Goofy movies, Pauly Shore is probably the things that date him the most.
Aside from skateboarding, yes.
No, because skateboarding is still skateboarding. Like it's just like
Not
like
the way it's portrayed, though.
not the
Yeah,
way it's portrayed, but
this is skateboarding at its height.
it's well with an extremely Goofy movie. Because remember, Max only skateboards once in a Goofy movie, and that's in the opening number. What's the song? Come on.
I think something about summer.
No, it's Stand Out. Come on, guys.
After Today.
Is it a Stand Out?
The opening song?
Yeah.
No, the opening song is after. Wait. How did it stand out? Stand Out's when he does the performance.
Oh, that's the point. Yeah, you're right.
So it opens up with After Today. I only know that because I think After Today is my favorite.
Yeah, but yeah, so but yeah, like that's the only time he skateboards in the first movie. But in an extremely Goofy movie, obviously, there's the whole thing that we might be wrong about, but we'll find out eventually. We'll watch the movies again eventually. I was gonna do that tomorrow, so.
He does do a bit of skateboarding in Goof Troop, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he did. I would imagine. Yeah. Like it's a clearly defined character trait of Max that he's a skateboarder.
So my question is this: what's the episode of Goof Troop where the timeline splits? Like when does Max?
When does entropy enter the
equation?
Yeah,
the equation.
When does Max enter himself into a circular time vortex where Peg and Pistol disappear?
I would imagine it's a series finale.
And end of Goof Troop Galleon happens.
I would
known as a Goofy movie.
Yeah, but like but yeah, like so like I want to go back to like because like there's like if you're a kid today, like if you showed someone like the age range that like Goofy movie was like the Goofy movies were aimed for today to kids now, the whole Pauly Shore character doesn't mean anything at all.
Truthfully, dude, he didn't mean anything to me when I was a kid in a Pauly Shore sense.
Well, I mean, I like
in a Pauly Shore sense.
Well, what I mean is, I recognize the voice and like the things. Really? Yeah, I mean, like I
like affected your enjoyment of the character. Like by like increased it.
Well, no, I was like, oh, I kind of get what they're going for.
Oh, okay.
You know, I was like, oh, okay. As a kid, I was like, oh, you know, like, oh, I get it. He's the same character as that guy that plays the same character in every other thing that he's in.
yeah. Body. Like,
Body. Yeah.
Every fucking movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like, pizza. Like, but I'm saying like that.
Pizza.
It's like Pauly Shore hasn't been in a movie in so goddamn long. He hasn't done anything. No, none of his movies or anything that he's in, like even like reruns much anymore. It would go so fucking like over people's head, like kids' heads nowadays. That like that character, like that's a character you could probably cut out of the movie.
Bobby?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like
you
could
definitely the first one. Like, are we talking about the first one?
We're talking about both of them.
I don't I feel like
it's
more of a presence in the second one.
he is a bit more of a presence in the second one, especially since he
The first
is.
one, I agree, but I'm glad he's in it.
Yeah.
And I love his I kind of miss his mohawk in the second one. I'm watching an extremely goofy movie right now with the sound off, just to in the
For
background.
reference.
Yeah, just for reference. And I'm noticing things. One thing I notice, because I don't is the main topic of this episode the beret girl, or is it?
There's multiple topics.
Because one thing that I'm realizing is that in both films, Goofy has a special trick that he's able to do.
Yes.
In the first one, it's the perfect cast, and in the second
cast.
one, it's the horseshoe.
The horseshoe, yeah.
Like, both of them come in, like both of them literally are at the climax of each film, and they save the day.
Yes.
So to speak. And it's interesting. In the first one, Max does it, and in the second one, Goofy does it.
Yeah.
At the end.
What do they mean by this?
I think it solidifies what
it comes full circle, because in the first one it's like Max does it to save Goofy, and then the second one Goofy does it to save Max.
That's
yeah. Well, like I think where were you going for, Connor?
No, I mean I didn't even get to that part yet. In my head.
Well, like
that, but he's 100% right.
No, yeah, he is. Yeah, again.
And one thing I was gonna say is I think it does go back to what we were saying before, how like the first one's definitely about Max, and the second one's the protagonist is definitely more clearly defined as Goofy.
Goofy is 100% the protagonist of the second film.
Yeah,
like it's like yes, Max gets a lot of screen time, but the story is essentially like in the second one, it's very much like Goofy kind of like being like, you know what, it's time to leave my son alone. I love him, and I love him like with all my heart always, but he'll interact with me when he wants to at his own pace. I shouldn't impede in his life. I should be living my own life. You know?
Yeah, which is a really good growth for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's this whole movie, like I was gonna say, like I feel like Extremely Goofy movie is more like him just like, you know, like moving on with his own life. Like, you know, like, I did my job as a dad, and my son's growing up and starting his own life now. It's time to look within myself and like, reinvent himself.
Even though that life is apparently extreme sports, like athlete, fucking 10 out of 10 career choice right there.
Extreme skateboarding son.
He went to the X Games. Do those even air anymore? I don't know.
Everybody just watches Ninja Warrior now. And that was
But yeah, the first movie I kind of feel like Goofy's lesson in that movie is like, oh, I need to accept my son, that he's different than me and he's not going to follow the same path as me. It's like, I'll always be there for him. But, you know, like that is like Goofy's like inherent journey in the first movie. And kind of realizing his son sucks, because his son does suck.
Absolutely, 100%.
For fucking real. Like, yo, that map was a family fucking heirloom, and he's like, oh, let me just deface that shit. Like,
wait, was it an heirloom?
Yeah.
That was belonged to his dad, you know, and Pat, it was.
It's like the map was the journey every goof for generations has ever taken.
Mm-hmm. This has been passed on from goof to goof to goof. And it's also like, when I think about it, like Max was just a dick throughout the whole journey for no fucking reason. Like he got mad that his dad embarrassed him at a fucking possum show. I'm like, Max, do you know any of these fuking people?
You're never going to see any of them again.
Fuck cares? And this is before fucking YouTube, so you don't even have the excuse, Dad, they're recording me. Who fucking cares? There's just fucking hillbillies on the fucking side of the road.
It's because Max, like with the fucking grandiose mind that he has, the fucking retard, this dude like straight up fucking decides like, oh, I'm gonna say that I know Caroline and I'm gonna be at the concert and blah blah blah. Like, and it's like, oh, you're ruining my life. It's like, yo, you ruined your life.
You fucked yourself, dude.
Like no one ever said you needed to do that shit. What was your plan? Like the actual fucking idea is that like
Surprisingly stupid, given the fact that he stages a concert.
well yeah, but what I'm saying is like if Goofy hadn't decided to just go on a family road trip to begin with,
He had no chance of doing it.
he had no chance of doing it. There's a possibility that like Max would be like, Dad, I need to get the Powerline concert behind stage. And Goofy could have been like the fucking 10 out of 10 awesome dad that he is, be like, gosh, well, all right, let's get in the old station wagon, and they could have fucking gone off. But that's like a fucking really like thing that you can't count on. Because like Goofy could have been like, my ex, like, Dad, I mean,
You need to tell the truth.
yeah, he could have been like a good dad again, been like, this is a lesson in learning about telling the truth. But like,
Well, to backpedal a little bit, the
Okay.
only reason why he had to lie saying that he's going to attend the concert is because of the whole family road trip. Because otherwise, if that trip didn't happen, he would have just went to her house and saw Powerline on TV with them. That's why he couldn't go, and he didn't want to say, I'm not going to your party because I'm going to be with my dad. He said, oh, I can't go to your party because I'm actually going to be at Powerline.
that's even stupider.
Like, I know, like the whole point of this movie could have just been like, look, I'm going on a family road trip with my dad, and I'm sure Roxanne would have been like, oh, all right, that's nice. I'll
Yeah,
see you when you get back.
Yeah, like why? What the fuck is wrong with Max?
Yeah, he's a
He's
hormonal
a fucking idiot.
fucking dummy. He thinks his dad's lame.
He thinks his dad's dumb. He is a real fucking idiot.
Yeah, for real. Fucking taking a goddamn career in extreme sports.
His dad helped Sora defeat the Heartless. So I mean, what he doesn't realize how cool his dad really is.
Oil?
Royal.
Like,
Hoyle.
no, but like the fact, yeah, you're totally right. That is the reason, and that's such a stupid fucking reason. Because it's like, oh, like he could have been like, oh, I can't go to this concert because I'm going to take this trip that like my family does for like trip of manhood and like adults like shit. Like that kind of would have been like kind of cool bragging. I mean, obviously people are like, oh, you're a goof though. Your dad's goofy. It's like, and
Fishing? How lame.
woo, how lame. Fucking all your other dads don't exist. They abandoned y'all. Fucking remember, like every other, for whatever reason, like single parents are like quite common in this universe. Because remember, like Peg Pete does not at all appear in a Goofy movie.
I like to think she divorced and she took custody of Pistol and left.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's the prevailing theory right now. Because like,
PJ.
But then again, Pete does still have a shit ton of money, so if he did divorce, that wouldn't be real. He would have had to pay all that to alimony.
Do you think she's just on vacation then in like the two movies?
well, I mean, like her not popping up in the second movie makes sense. Because like not like does Pete barely pops up in the second movie, right?
Well, yeah, and, like he's just there to like say like get the hell, like telling his son does like get out of here, go to college already, so I can like have the house to myself.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's another. Well, that's interesting because he's really like eager to get the kid out, which assumes that the other kid's not there. Also,
Mm-hmm. You think the writers just forgot that they exist?
I don't know. I mean, that's probably the likely answer, but like we don't care about what's likely. We care about what works logically.
We need continuity.
Yeah, because you need to like kind of be like, because like yeah, again, if we're gonna like count other works and like the relevant works, we need to count the relevant works. The relevant work being Goof Troop, Once Upon a Christmas, House of Mouse, and Twice Upon a Christmas, outside of the Goofy movies.
Let's talk about the fact that when they ride. Well, we will talk about Bugs next. Don't get me wrong, but let's talk about the fact that the movies on the marquee when they skate past it extremely are the Goofinator and Pup Fiction.
Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, because I guess they're all dogs, which is something I don't really think about all that much.
Well, they're not all dogs, though, are they? Is everyone?
A lot of them are dogs. Are dogs the majority? Are dog guys? We might have to cut this out, but are dogs white people?
Well, yeah, actually, like, okay, let's think about this. Because, well, yeah. Oh, fuck, what? Huh, that is super weird, isn't it now? But at the same time, they're like
It
other.
implies an entirely dog-dominated world, yet we see Mickey and Donald in the fucking first movie, and I think other species, but for the most part, they're all dogs.
You know what? What does Mickey's what is Mickey's role within his own universe?
He's just I think he's just a guy.
So he's just a dude.
Well, like they all play like different parts across their like.
Well. What I mean is, it's like for us, Mickey Mouse is this like iconic, big ass figure. But in his own canon, I don't like he's like he doesn't. Like, I don't remember him being like some big shot ever in like
House of Mouse.
House of Mouse is the only. Wait, actually, that brings up another interesting point because House of Mouse is like technically canon, right?
It has Max.
Yeah.
So it.
What they do in House of Mouse is play their old shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Are they actors at one point?
It argues that because in House of Mouse, I remember when Max was there talking about wanting to get a car, and Goofy was just like, "I don't know, it's too dangerous to drive." And it plays an old cartoon of Goofy's cartoon when he was road rage, and he's like, "Oh God, yeah, I remember that." And it implies like, wait, was this acting or was this like quote unquote home video recording himself? Like was that real road rage or that was just for the bit part? You know what I'm saying?
So like, okay, let's go with the likely answer of actors, because they're all clearly shown to have multiple different types of jobs. An actor wouldn't be with outside of the realm of possibility. Do you think that's how come like Goofy's been able to like put down the mortgage for so long, the royalties from his movies?
Well, wait a minute. What's his job in the first one? Is he's a photographer, right?
He's a photographer with Pete.
Mm-hmm.
In like a Kmart.
Yeah, well, I mean,
could be a side job. Could be like a part-time thing.
Yeah, it could be a part-time thing. Could be like maybe like that was the assignment. That's like with the company or whatever sent them that day.
And they're apparently very flexible with vacation because he decides when he sees the little bobblehead to go out on the trip, right?
Yeah.
Like the next day.
I mean, that kind of leads credence to the idea of like a bit more credence to Adam saying, it's just a side gig.
Yeah, that's true. How long are they gone? They're gone for like a week, or what? Do they? I know they say it at some point in the movie, right? How long they'll be gone, but
yeah, like it's like a week.
Calendar bit, right, where you can see how many days.
Well, I mean, okay, like Max has to get to the Powerline concert in X amount of days, right?
Right. Yeah, I just forget what they are, how many days it was.
Isn't it like 3?
Yeah, it might be. Because the first night. All right, you know what? I'm switching to Goofy Movie 1.
What are you watching it on?
Disney Plus. Bleep that out.
It's like I'm gonna censor us if we ever say white
Can I
women.
actually? I was gonna ask. Can I edit this episode?
Why?
Because I do want to bleep that out because I think it'd be funny.
This episode brought to you by Redacted. We literally cannot say. We legally cannot say why.
Can if we say like white women from this point forward, can they censor that too?
From now on in this podcast, if we say white women,
wait.
But also him saying that it's not censored.
You need context. That's actually interesting. Okay. So as we've established before in other talks completely unrelated to a Goofy movie, that like certain works just can't be understood by women.
no.
Prime example being prime example being One Piece. Do you think, because the Goofy movies are so primarily like male stories, they're father-son stories from the ground up.
I would say a lot of father-son stories are might be difficult for.
But I'm saying like what's going? At least
a father to enjoy.
But at least there's like the mother element. At least in a lot of those movies, like, it's like, oh, you should be more understanding about him. He's growing up. Blah blah. There's none of that. There's no mother figure at all. There's no feminine touch really in these films. Like
except Roxanne.
But Roxanne is just.
Roxanne.
Yeah, she's not like motherly.
She's not only not motherly. Like it's just like she's just a romantic object. Like she's barely a character, if we're being honest.
You don't think she's motherly?
I mean, not really. I mean, if we're gonna talk about that, we're gonna have to explore the idea that Max has an Oedipus complex.
We holy shit, and it is softly implied that Goofy likes redheads. So
is it
very well? Yeah, with Sylvia.
Sylvia is a redhead, isn't she?
Uh-huh.
So wait.
And she's perfect.
She is perfect. Like that's a hard conversation to have. Who's better, Sylvia or Roxanne?
Oh.
Oh, I don't want to say anything else.
But wait, if we're going by
No, you finish.
No, you hit me.
I was gonna say Roxanne is not perfect because the whole I was just remembered why she couldn't be okay, have a fun trip. She was sick because Max was gonna be her date to the party, and when he had to cancel the date, she's like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to go with someone else. So that's why he had to come up with that bullshit story. She was ready to drop him.
No. Okay.
What a bitch.
Are you watching it right now, or?
Who, me?
Nigga, you're the one who just talked. Why would I know Connor's clearly told me he's watching an extremely Goofy movie and then switched back to
Yeah, I just started goof move.
Use your fucking context clues. Anyway, so if we follow the line of thought, because clearly Goofy is implied to being a redhead, and Roxanne's a redhead, and so it's like, what is the possibility that Max's mom is a redhead?
Heavy possibility. Real quick, going back to what you said about Mickey's status in this universe. Even though we see him and he's hitchhiking, Max has a Mickey phone that he wakes up to and picks up in the very beginning of the movie, and that's interesting. There's branding of these characters, which lends credence to your "are they actors?" question.
Yeah, they could be actors. Actors do get brand deals all the time. Could be like the iPhone Red, that's like tied to Bono's like Red charity, that type of
Mhm.
deal. But yeah, so so I was thinking the other day, like, is there okay? Like, obviously, there's a lot of like clear, um, clear physical, similarities between Goofy and Max. But do we actually know they're biologically related?
I don't think. I mean, what? Yeah.
Well, he does do his dad's laugh at one
Yes.
point.
Yes. I was
Okay.
just about to say that.
That's true, but at the same time, in
The
twice
perfect cast.
can it only be done by goofs?
Remember, this is an old family tradition. This is like you said, like this is a
But
family
that-
technique.
Yeah,
It's like he's
but
he
they
is the JoJo.
but that it's not. They don't imply it's like the Sharingan that it's like a blood like technique, you know, like
Yeah, I get to test my abilities.
why'd you do it, Max? Why'd you?
Why did you kill Peg and Pistol?
Why'd you do the perfect cast on Peg and Pistol, man?
The perfect cast is unironically like the Sharingan. It's passed down. It's a bloodline technique, Maxie.
What's
It's his
this?
stand. It's the name of his stand.
No, fuck off. It's the fucking like the Shingeki fucking perfect cast. That's how come you don't see Petey in Twice Upon a Christmas, because he fucking sacrificed them for the Mangekyo perfect cat.
That's fucking amazing.
Holy shit, dude. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, but anyway, they don't imply that the perfect cast can only be done by bloodline. It's something that has to be taught.
He did it on his first try. He wasn't even paying attention to his dad when he did it once.
Well, yeah. Well,
he learned it in a moment of desperation.
yeah. Well, okay. So this is something I was gonna get to, because again, you bring up the laugh, but in bringing up back Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, Mona, she, when they're having a little montage of like having good times together, and they're at the house floods with popcorn, classic Goofy hijinks, he they're all laughing, having a good time, and she has the exact same type of teeth as Goofy and Max. The two teeth that they that are very that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has the same, and the scene is kind of silent because they get like a music segment. So for all we know, she could have had the same type of laugh. Maybe it's just something people have in this world. Do we know this?
You're warping my mind right now, man. That's a. I'm pretty sure they're blood related, dude.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, the likelihood is it. But I'm just saying, the idea's out there,
Wonder if we have they announced who Max's fucking mom is?
No, dude, Max hasn't been talked about since okay.
House of Mouse?
No, Twice Upon a Christmas is his last appearance. In any meaningful way. But his last real appearance was in DuckTales, like the 2017 DuckTales series.
Ooh.
Did give a shout out to Roxanne, which I appreciated.
Did they?
Yes.
I don't remember. Oh yeah. Because in the scene, it's like Donald's like, he's like, how do I connect with how do I connect with Donald, Goofy, and Luke? He's like, I'll just let Maxie do what he wants, and he has a bunch of photos of Max, and you see it's Max and Roxanne there. Oh man, Oh, look at that virgin not touching Roxanne's shoulder.
I didn't even notice that at first. That's funny. Max, don't be so this was definitely after the movie, which I guess he was still a nervous little shit at the end of the movie. Is this new canon? Is this a new split timeline?
Well, it would have to be because yet again, DuckTales like retells the entirety of DuckTales, so it would be like. Well, I mean, like DuckTales.
I mean, the original DuckTales is in canon with the original Goofy movie.
I would believe so personally.
So,
like, I would imagine they like technically exist in the same universe as like a lot of the shows that existed at that time, like with Good Troop and whatnot. Because like the thing is that's really interesting about the 2017 DuckTales series is they bring back a lot of shit. Darkwing Duck comes back. Los Amigos, the two other birds that was in the
Three Caballeros.
Yeah, Three Caballeros. Thank you for correcting me. They come back. I think they make like even a fucking Mighty Ducks reference. For God's sake.
That's really cool.
Like, there's a lot of shit that they like. There's a lot of like weird, crazy fanfare. And one of the things they introduced, yet again, was Huey, Dewey, and Louie's mom. So maybe if Doug, I don't know, maybe there's a road for Max's mom to be identified soon.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so yeah, like they don't really show how old Max is currently though in the show. You know?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, so like that there is the last official time you ever have seen Max, and even mentioned. Like,
yeah, that's true. That's the most recent mention of him. He's not in Kingdom Hearts.
He's not in Kingdom Hearts. He's not.
Which I know you wouldn't be able to fit him in there.
Yeah, you would.
No,
yeah, it's easy.
for him to be in it.
Yeah, you would.
And Sora would just be like, "Goofy fucks."
Whoa!
Whoa!
Nah,
this is crazy.
no, like he, because like you remember, like Goofy's the captain of the night, of the knights. He probably got some bitch pregnant while at war and just brought back the orphan.
Holy!
Well, you don't know if you're gonna live to see tomorrow. You throw caution to the wind.
It's like that scene in like in the Watchmen comic. You know, I'm pregnant now.
Bullet into jelly. What you sat there and watched.
Donald, you're the strongest mage out there. You're gonna alter reality. You're gonna turn my shield into pudding. But you did it.
Shield. You just stood there.
You stood there and watched.
You could have caused Kiraga.
You could have cast Kiraga on her.
Holy shit.
What a fucked up idea. But yeah, so fun times at Richmond. But yeah, it's really weird. You know what? I want to get back to that Mona thing having the exact same teeth as Goofy and like Max. Like that's kind of weird, right?
Well, I don't know. Pete kind of has the similar teeth.
I forgot that this movie is fucking 3D.
It is 3D.
I'm looking at her now, and
well, remember that's the reason why Roxanne couldn't exist because it was too hard to animate her 3D hair.
Oh my!
Oh my!
That's really annoying.
I've never seen Twice Upon a Christmas.
You've never seen Twice Upon a Christmas is not 3D.
I've seen Once Upon a Christmas, but not Twice Upon a Christmas.
Yo, Twice Upon a Christmas is like pretty good in my opinion.
Wait, but it was 3D or wasn't?
The second Twice Upon a Christmas isn't 3D. Yeah. Once Upon a Christmas isn't. Once Upon a Christmas, the only thing that happens is that Goofy dresses up as Santa apparently every year for all the kids, and he comes like, "Here's the gifts, kids," and Max is like, "Yeah," and then like he trips and like gives up the ruse, and Max is like, "Santa's not real," and Goofy
Yeah,
is. Yeah, this is for the fucking audience, Adam. I'm not having just a casual conference. This is a professional fucking podcast.
I want to begin a petition to not count Twice Upon a Christmas as canon.
I mean, okay, we can ask our audience to try to get that up like that.
Well,
Or
in Once Upon a Christmas, he did a step further. He's like, well, Santa needs all the help he can get. He helped his next door neighbor because they were poor as fuck. So he bought him full Christmas dinner and toys for the kids and everything. I don't think he did it for neighborhood, but I know he did it at least for that family because since they were struggling and we're Santa's helpers, gotta help as much as we can where we can.
And Max still got mad at him because he was dressing up as Santa. And he was like, Santa's not real. And then Goofy stayed up all fucking night to prove Santa was real. But due to one of Goofy's little mistakes, he couldn't see Santa, but Max did. The undeserving little prick.
Is the Goofy series just one big tragedy?
Honestly, yeah. Cause
like now that you mention it.
Is Goofy berserk?
That's so worse because it's so heavily implied that Berserk that who's caught up on Berserk?
I'm not caught up.
I'm not gonna say anything then.
Hey audience, are you guys caught up on Berserk?
Are you caught up on Berserk? Anyway. But yeah, a lot of the series is kind of like low key Goofy is suffering, because it's just like Goofy out here really being a single dad, taking care of his son, trying to bond with him, but his son constantly pushes him away because he's too cool or not, whatever. And he's like, oh, people make fun of you, and it's like, bro, he's your only family. Your mom's not around, and he's trying his best. Fucking for fuck's sake, his closest friend is Mickey's fucking rival and a complete asshole. It's like
the only good friend that Goofy really has is Mickey because Pete is an asshole. Goofy, Donald's kind of an asshole to him. Doesn't really want him around.
Yeah,
thinks he's annoying. The only nice person that's in his life is Mickey, and I feel like even Mickey gets kind of
Mickey's barely around.
But I'm saying even Mickey kind of feels like Goofy gets on his nerves a little bit.
Yeah. So you have all that, and then you think about it a little bit more, and you're just Max's mom is out of the picture, and it's I know we said it's so heavily implied that she died. But there's also the possibility that she just walked out.
That's true.
And, that's a tad bit more tragic. Because she walked out on him and Max. What if, she just walked out and it's she gave birth to Max and she was like, this is your kid. I'm not taking care of it. I don't want to do with anything. I'm living a completely new life. And Goofy has to carry that shit his whole life, which is maybe why he overcompensates and trying to in either scenario, it's a good reason why he overcompensates in his attempts to show his love to Max. But it's still amazingly fucking sad.
Also, it's very heavily implied when he was a kid, he was very close with his dad. So that just reinforces wanting to have that bond with his son, to recapture the bond he had with his dad.
Yo, we don't see any of the extended family, do we?
No, I mean, I think at one point we see he has a niece is brought up. but that's really it.
Yeah,
And
like you don't see Grandpa Goof, like or Grandma Goof for a fact. Like it's a really isolated household, you know?
and yeah, like the beginning of Goof Troop, it starts off with them like living in a trailer park, and they move back to Spoonerville, or which was like Goofy's hometown, to like give him a better life. So that's just like the struggle was real for a while, living in a trailer home.
Yeah, and Goof Troop is completely 100% canon to uh, a Goofy movie. Fuck, Jesus Christ! This is
That-
like this really just shows that Goofy like really. And then in the second movie, losing his factory job, his kid leaving the hot nest, having to go back to college. Like, come on! Like that dude has to pay for two college tuitions plus his mortgage if he hasn't paid off his house at this point, which I would have that mortgages are like pretty long deal. Like, damn, this is like a genuinely sad state of affairs. But like at the same time, like it clearly shows that Goofy's able to rise to any occasion, right?
hmm
God damn, this is some sad shit.
Struggling to connect with someone who wants nothing to do with him.
Yeah, man.
Because
Like,
that's the fucked up thing. It's just like even after everything they went through together in a Goofy movie, that Max still doesn't want anything to do with his dad while he's on college in an extremely Goofy movie.
yeah.
It's just like, what the
So
fuck's your problem, dude? Did you not see them in the first? Were you not here in the first movie?
yeah, like that's like a really interesting thing. Like, so me and Connor watched this movie. Not this movie. We watched this YouTube video that just came out a couple days ago talking about a Goofy movie and why it's like underrated or whatnot. Blah blah blah. And so like yet again like the whole ending song is "Eye to Eye," and it's literally supposed to be like the ending message of the movie that finally Max and Goofy see eye to eye. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And that's a very fair way to do that. But Max straight up doesn't change as a character going into an extremely Goofy movie. He's like, "Come on, Dad, I don't want them to see me, you helping me move in. Just get out as soon as possible." It's like, for fuck's sake, dude. And then
Like
the moment,
he'll only come back for Christmas. That's it. It's like, oh, it's will be sooner than you think, Dad. Like, don't even bother to like say like I'll call you every week at least.
dude, like we never see him call or write Roxanne like in an extremely Goofy movie, as I pointed out in the last movie, in the last podcast. Like, think about that.
What a shit! He's not only a shitty son, he's a shitty boyfriend.
He probably is genuinely a shitty boyfriend. Do you think Pauly Shore cucked him?
I
Absolutely.
hate that you've put that idea in my head.
Ayo, any yo,
Guys, we have to bleep that out too.
I'm gonna commission Thick Witcha to make an NTR comic for Roxanne and next.
No. No.
Thick with a Q?
Yeah, Thick with a Q.
Yeah.
She loves drawing her NTR. I think it's a she. Who cares? God, man.
Paulie, you were my friend. I can't believe you yucked me like that.
God, like, I seriously wonder if they'll ever bring back, like,
They didn't even bring back PJ either. Like PJ's been completely like fell off the map.
Yeah, PJ's been gone. Like, well, I mean, Pete. Well, no, Pete pops up in fuck, what's it called? Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. He popped up in that.
hmm
So, fuck. Actually, there's a lot of. I need to research like if Max has actually popped up and like, well, yeah, like, yeah, he has. Fucking hell, bro. I mean, Daisy just came back for the first time in a while too, in a recent episode of DuckTales.
Daisy, I feel like has been around for a while though.
Well, she's been around for a while, but she was also like kind of like AFK for like a hot minute.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen her in something.
All right, I'm going to bed.
All right.
Very late.
We still have another 30 minutes, so you're good to go though.
No. How long is the recording?
It's about an hour.
Really? It's been an hour?
It's 55
Sounds
minutes.
about right.
I think we can probably cap this off.
I mean, yeah, we could. Any final thoughts?
Fuck Max.
Huh?
Max,
Absolutely a cuck.
Can we? All right, one at a time. Brian, you go.
Max is absolutely a cuck.
Thank you. Connor, you go.
It is implied that Donald Duck is Goofy's best friend when he says, "I'm leaving. I'm going on vacation with my best friend," and then
oh yeah, Donald Duck. Yeah.
Donald Duck. He goes, "No, silly with you.
Hmm.
You dumb bitch."
Even more credence to wife leaving him. Wait, oh my god, he was in Trailer Park. What if he's an abusive dad? Like,
I'm not claiming Goofy was abusive. If anything, his wife left him because he was a pushover.
yeah, that's genuinely. Goofy could have got cucked, sadly.
Don't say that.
Excuse me. It's the Virgin Max versus the Chad Goofy.
It is, but like, what if it's the Goof legacy to get cucked?
It's not. It's really not. If anything, Max like appears to be semi-popular with girls because it's actually like Roxanne likes him from the beginning.
Yes, but that's the only girl.
He's just a dumbass who doesn't realize it. They should just be himself.
Yeah,
which is also his dad.
But it also was like also Adam did point out that she was about to like dump him because he couldn't go to the party, so he had to make that last minute excuse.
She was like, I guess I have to go with someone else. So I'm like, you can't just go with your friends. You have to have a date.
All right. Anyways, I'm going to bed.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you guys later.
Good night.
My final thought: fuck Max, always and forever.
All right. Good night, Brian.
Night.
And that's my closing thought. Maybe I think Roxanne was probably just trying to pressure him a little bit more into going.
Maybe I'll find another day. Wow, you think your ugly ass is gonna get another date? Said Max, completely backfiring on her.
Completely abusive and horrible.
Oh wait, Connor, you got your wish. This was less racist this time.
Oh yeah,
it has been the entire time, but there's still time. So
well, honestly, if you watched,
I think he
did.
you
Actually,
record?
no, I haven't.
Oh wow.
Actually, no. No. This one was actually way more racist.
Was it?
Well, because we actually didn't talk about race at all in the first one.
The one thing
I think the Disney universe is kind of racist because, like, DuckTales, this is like, Duckburg is just a city full of ducks. Spoonerville looks like it's just a city full of dogs. Do they all just like live like within their own communities and like? Is there like a city just full of mice?
Well, no, because every single you don't know. That's an interesting thought. That's a very interesting thought. So yeah, that's this episode of our Goofy's Movies podcast. If you have any, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you have like anything you want to add. Maybe we'll read them. Maybe we'll, I don't know. Thank you for the 100+ people who fucking watched the last episode. Holy shit. I know.
What are you doing with your lives?
I know I shilled I shilled the absolute fuck out of that episode. Adam, I didn't I forgot that this guy on Twitter, he messaged me. He was like, "Hey, he said, "Hey, listen to my song and tell me what you think about it." And I said, "I'll only listen to my song if you promote my podcast." And he fucking did.
We should give him.
Oh,
Yeah. You know what? Let me actually. Yeah, let's give him.
Send me a link to that song. Put the link in the description for this video. For this song.
That's fair. That's fair. Dude's name is D the General. The song is Don't Act Surprised, I want to say. I'll link it in the description.
Yo, is he our first sponsor?
He's not our first sponsor. I mean, yeah, again, he did something really nice. He out here being like, yeah, he showed the link to our podcast. That's super nice of him. Shout out to Poe for sharing our first episode also on his now suspended account. Unrelated, by the way.
I just like how you implied that that's what caused it. That's funny. Imagine.
Yeah. Yo, I almost mentioned him. Like, I'm sorry. I should not be opening a Chim Chat while I'm in here. But yeah, so yeah, like we will be continuing to make this. Hopefully next time we don't do this when we're all fucking dead ass tired, and we all have actually rewatched some of the works, so we actually have a bit more fresh knowledge on us and a bit more structured. But we're shooting off the hips. Who cares?
First time for everything.
We're just shooting from the hip.
There's no rules.
There's no rules. It's all anarchy. Hail. I was about to say something that I probably shouldn't. I was gonna say hail Satan, not hail someone else.
No.
Like, I was gonna say that as a joke. I mean,
I was gonna make a joke, but I don't know if I should.
You can't. We could, but we can't. You could, though.
No, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
We can only discuss Goofy and the movies they're in. So,
right.
I think that's it, boys.
That just about does it. And
That's all she wrote.
Let's all yuck and before we go.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Believe me, not a leaf.